Hi, welcome to Instant Self-Love on Demand. Today is day 5 of week 2. We have been working on safety all week, what it means to feel safe with yourself, in your body, with self-love. And let me introduce myself first. I'm Karina Reeves. I am your self-love and relationship coach, bringing you presence with yourself so you can be present with your relationships and have more joy, love, and freedom. So there's some big things happening in the news right now. Canada's basically on fire. Australia was a couple of years ago. There's smoke everywhere. New York looked like it looked like the thickest mist in the pictures yesterday, but it was actually smoke from Canada. And today's topic is self-love on demand. And one of the things that I was aware of as I was thinking about today's video, love on demand, is that there's an energy around love as a destination. Once I have my relationship and I feel content, then everything's great. Once I have the money in the bank, then everything's great. Once my business is flourishing, then everything's great. Once my kids happy, healthy, grades, whatever your thing is with your kids, once they're good, then I'm good. Then I can feel the love and then everything's good. And the practice today of having self-love on demand is that self-love gets to be a foundation from which you are creating those things. So that's why having it become a practice from now, from presence, from this moment in my body with myself is such a huge practice. If if you're not a meditator or a cellist or what are some other, or have a sport that you practice, the word practice may feel a little strange in your mouth. What do you mean practice? What do you mean practice? I don't want to practice things. I want to be in the things. But there is an energy of allowing yourself to be in the practice of how you want to be. It actually gives consciousness. It gives intention to what you're doing, which is why I wanted to have today be about practicing being in self-love. So what does that mean for when big things are happening in the world and twisting it from being a destination? So let's go boots on the ground. So something that happens that's very true in my mind, in my how trauma and fear are wired in my body, is I'm more of a fighter. That's what my nervous system does. So I want to get mad at why the climate is how it is. I want to get mad that the government hasn't put in better regulations. I want to get mad that that this is happening, that things are on fire right now. I get mad. And the nervous system has lots of different ways that it deals with things, lots of different ways that our adaptive child deals with things. Some people, like me, get mad. Some people freeze and just are like deer in the headlights. Other people flee, numbing, pretending everything's fine, escaping, food, booze, screens, sex. Everything can be an escape. It's the energy behind it. Are you starting to see how all the pieces that I talk about are starting to come together? Right? Oh, yeah. I'll see if I can see if someone remembers which video it was. I'll try and look back. Which video is it where I talked about escaping as opposed to being present? Okay. So when I notice the anger comes up, the way trauma wants to work is I will go with this anger. I will fix the thing. Side note, I think that there are people are talking about new ways that our nervous system wants to cope. Some of them is fixing, and another one is fawning. I will do whatever it takes, people please, to reestablish a connection with someone or with my community, and then I'll feel safe and better, and then my nervous system can calm down. Okay, so So I'll feel, sorry. So going back to the anger, so I'll feel the anger. I'll see what my nervous system wants to do. I'll want to fix my nervous system to feel better. And then I can come back into love. Oh, that feels better. Oh, I'm okay. I'm safe. So the invitation from today is if you can build the practice of practicing being in self-love, coming from self-love, being in the both and of I am loving myself and I am angry that this thing is happening and I am scared and I want to run away that this thing is happening and I don't know what to do and I am panicking that this thing is happening. It is boots on the ground of the both and that we talked about a few days ago. So we're going to practice that together and we're going to start moving, being with, let me just adjust the thing, being with being in your body as you feel the both and. So the desire isn't to get rid of the anger. The desire is, the practice is to be with myself, with love, as I feel what I'm feeling and letting it propel you, letting it inspire you, letting it flow within you as opposed to being something you want to get rid of. Okay, put in the chat if this is resonating. Can you feel the difference between I'm angry or I'm in love? And are you starting to feel this third stream of how I can be with love with myself and be feeling what I'm feeling? And you can see my hands going. What I've started to notice is when I do that, when I am in the both and of big feelings and being in love and acceptance with myself, literally my body's energy expands. Feeling safe enough to do that is so powerful, is such a gift to your freedom that I'm starting to believe that this is what living actually feels like. The both and of I am loving myself, I am safe to love myself where I am. I can tap into that, claiming that foundation, that allowance, that freedom, that choice, and I am interacting with the world. Okay, I can feel you guys starting to feel me with this. Put down if you're feeling it. Just say feeling it in the chat. Are you feeling this? The both and of loving myself, loving yourself, and feeling the feelings that you're feeling. Okay, now before we practice it together, two things. I want to invite you to move your body if it wants to move. A very powerful feminine movement is, I'm cross-legged right now, is to let yourself do circles, to rock with your hips, to be in a circling movement. And if you're a guy, feeling like a chest opening movement. So more of a rocking back and forth. Men on YouTube, tell me if this is true. Tell me if this resonates with you. Deep breath. Feel yourself starting to connect with your body as you're in the both and of self-love and whatever emotion you're feeling right now. And then here is the takeaway teaching that I want you to bring to this practice into your day. I've alluded to it before. It's the 1%. The 1% is such a huge gift to safety. It's such a huge gift to allowance and being present with yourself. The 1%, lots of people talk about it of, taking one step every day is cumulative. Changing your direction 1% can put you in a whole different trajectory, you can land your plane in a whole different continent with a 1%. And the 1% of energy that I'm offering today is that if you are on the edge of something that feels unfamiliar, uncomfortable, unknown, and is like on your edge of capacity, I want you to allow that. Okay, okay, okay. Do the narrator tool. Okay, here I am. I'm on the edge. Oh my God. Bring in some like humor, like right from yesterday, a little bit of the giggle tool. Okay, oh my God, here I am. This feels like a lot. This is a fucking lot. And let yourself, invite yourself into 1% of the experience you're calling in. Okay, I'm going to do 1% of being in self love at the same time as this anger. What does 1% of that both and feel like? Because here's the coolest thing about the 1%. The coolest thing about the 1% is you can line them up from here to the moon. 1% more, 1% more, 1% more is actually never going to run out of percents. Any math experts gonna prove me wrong on that one? Because each time you take in a 1%, you come to a new stasis, a new temperature point. All right, physics geeks, help me out. Where are my science nerds? I love you. Every 1% will bring you to a new reality from which you can then call in another 1%. All right. I thought today was going to be a slow day, but it got a little bit on fire as I felt my self love mixing in like an engine, mixing air and fuel. My self love mixing in my anger at what's happening with the forest fires, my sadness at what's happening with the forest fires. Keep practicing, keep practicing. Can you do it twice a day? Can you do it 3 times a day? Can you connect with your self-love, with calling in your allowance and you're checking in with yourself? You're feeling what you're feeling 5 times a day. Make it a game. And then call in that 1% of having it be self-love plus and whatever else is happening with you. That is the place where you will start to have self-love on demand because you will be wiring into your brain and mind and body and soul that it is where you come from, not where you get to. All right. It's the end of day 5. It's day 5 at the end of week 2. I am just loving having you here with me. I'm loving expanding this dream of building self-love in the world. Invite your people, keep commenting, keep sharing what's coming up for you. And above all else, keep practicing being and coming from self-love. I love you, darlings.